So there'll be a new kid on the royal block next summer, and he or she will be third in line to the throne. The Duchess of Cambridge has been admitted to King Edward VII Hospital tonight with severe morning sickness, officially known as hyperemesis gravidarum, triggering an early announcement of her condition. St James's Palace said she was expected to stay in hospital for several days and would then need a period of rest. Sarah Smith reports.
Playing hockey in 3-inch heels at her old prep school last week, the Duchess of Cambridge looked happy, healthy and energetic. Every time she appears in public, she is scrutinised for any sign of a possible pregnancy. Touching her stomach protectively, she knew, but hoped to keep it secret for a few more weeks. Her husband didn't give the game away either when he was given a baby grow a few days ago. But there was a little hint of what was to come.
He said he was going to keep it, so clearly sometimes it's got to use it.
The royal couple only found out themselves very recently. The Duchess has not passed the 12-week point when this news would normally be made public. Her medical condition prompting an early announcement, and congratulations all round.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful news, and I'm delighted for them. I'm sure they'll make absolutely brilliant parents, and I'm sure everyone around the country will be celebrating with them tonight.
The Duke and Duchess probably aren't celebrating tonight. They're together in hospital, where she's been treated for hyperemesis gravidarum, or extreme morning sickness, a rare and potentially serious condition which causes severe vomiting. She's expected to stay in for several days.
70% of women who become pregnant will have morning sickness, but only a few of them will go on to have hyperemesis gravidarum. That's where it's difficult to hold any food or drink down at all. So almost 24/7, they're struggling to get enough nutrition and fluid on board.
Morning sickness, how...
A medical condition that's now being discussed all over the world.
She likely has, and often you need to be hospitalized and treated with IV fluids and sometimes IV nutrition. It's more common in multiples, not to speculate.
The Duchess met other pregnant women in Gateshead last month and shared their travails.
I'm sure you have good days and bad days. So it's probably really nice when you're having a bad day to be helped by someone who's having a good day. Yeah.
Kate won't care if she is a boy or a girl, and for once it won't matter. Her baby will be born to rule over us. Shortly after the royal wedding, it was announced the couple's first child, male or female, will be third in line to the throne. The Duchess has become pregnant before the laws of succession have been changed, but the government say the new rules will apply.
By happy coincidence, we're literally working right now in government to put the finishing touches to legislation which will update the very old-fashioned rules of succession, which means that if they have a baby girl, regardless of whether the baby girl then has younger brothers in the future, she will be able to succeed to the throne.
The parents-to-be may have preferred to keep their news to themselves for a few weeks longer, but their early announcement rounds off a remarkable royal jubilee year.
Well, we're joined now by the author and historian Kate Williams. And interesting, Kate, that this is a rather unusual sort of baby announcement, isn't it?
Well, this announcement's been pushed forward, of course, because of the Duchess's admission to hospital, because people would otherwise have been concerned. So we are probably before the 12-week mark, in which that's when pregnancies are usually announced. So many of us in the kind of royal watchers were expecting an announcement, but much closer to Christmas, really. So we probably...
Queen's speech, even, maybe.
We'll probably see the Queen's speech talking about it in Christmas. Of course, that's already recorded. I often see these announcements as coming out on a, later in the week to get ready for the Sunday newspapers. So I think many of us have been caught by surprise by this one. But of course, this is because poor old Kate's in hospital with the condition of a severe morning sickness.
Now, if it's a girl, it's going to make history.
Yes, indeed, John. I mean, this is pretty exciting. If the child is a girl, previously it wouldn't have had any right to inherit the throne unless it had no siblings or only had female siblings. She had no siblings, because boys come first. If there are 4 girls, 1 boy at the end, the boy gets it all. The boys are the ones who inherit the throne, and but now it's changed. If she's a girl, she'll get there first, and this is in a
My
world.
understanding is the politicians may yet not have managed to get the act through by then, but they'll still accept that she would go first.
The little princess-to-be would be the first one. And of course, it's very interesting because we're in a world in which we're frequently told there aren't many women CEOs, we haven't got so many women in the cabinet.
No women bishops.
No women bishops. But the royal family, who are often seen as rather stuffy, are saying, look, girls can be just as good at being monarch as boys.
Now, the one reality is, of course, that she will be very old when when she gets to the throne.
Yes, this is exactly it. I mean, unlike her great-grandmother, Elizabeth II, who came to the throne as a young mother, surrounded by all this excitement because she was young, this child, I mean, as we probably will see, will probably come to the throne when she's pretty old. I mean, perhaps I might never see it, because we have really a royal family. They've got genes, the Windsors. They live for a long time. I mean, the Queen Mother. Prince William will be King William, I think, for a long time. He could be king until he's, 90 or 99. So the child may have to wait. I mean, we've watched Prince Charles waiting for quite a long time, but this may be the order of the day in the future.
What an amazing redemption for the House of Windsor. I mean, they really went through the slurry, 20 years ago, and now look at this.
Well, you're exactly right, John. I mean, think about it. In 1997, would we imagine this as getting so much excitement? I mean, this has been a bumper year for the Royals. We've had the incredible Diamond Jubilee, the Olympics, and now this. Well, I think the royal wedding was a big surge in new popularity, and I think the royal family themselves actually were taken by surprise by how popular that made them, how much it was global news. And I think people are really saying to themselves, the disasters of the 1990s, they're a long time ago, and Princess Diana, her mantle has really been taken on by her sons. And so we are seeing this newfound popularity, and this little child is going to be the most popular, the most sought after, the biggest source of obsession in the media for a long time to come.
Kate Williams, historian, thank you very much indeed for joining us.